Mm. Assalamu alaikum.
Right. Yeah. Walaikum Assalam.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Walaikum assalam.
We are waiting for Javed to join the meeting.
मैं हूँ already, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we're going to start the meeting now. So basically, we talked about that one yesterday about the components packaging, including passive and the active components. We decided to make it a little more interesting. So in this way, you can see the practical approach how we do the costing. Javed will share some information how we can do the costing for that one. But in the meantime, if anybody has any question regarding the last meeting, please ask me the question. Otherwise, we're going to start with the Javed. Javed, go ahead and start your costing strategy.
Okay. So please allow me 2 or 3 minutes, Sarwat bhai.
Oh, sure. Take your time.
Okay, so let me share my screen. So far, Sarwat bhai was explaining all of the, not all of, but part of electronics component, and he was defining essential components. So me and Sarwat bhai discuss about the strategy. So we will break the session into two things. One is about the theory, like uh, so that you can recognize the components and you know the differences about the components. And the second thing, what we actually do in our daily life, so that will keep your interest, and you will know that uh, whatever is Sarvat by sharing, so what is the output, like what we do in our daily life. So I was trying to create a similar format, the costing format, and we will explain that what basically we look for, and what inputs we needed, and what is the output we provide to our management. So can you see my screen?
No.
No.
No, not yet.
Okay, it's not shared. So let me. So I was putting together, and this is not the final format, but we like basically compile uh, uh, some of these items. So instead of going onto this window, let me go to. Can you see this tablet bottle on your screen?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so let me share then,
Yes, yes,
because
yes, yes.
okay,
Yes, we can
because
see.
it's been a while to use Zoom, so I was figuring out that. So if someone asks me that I have to estimate this bottle as an example, so uh, if I have to ask you that what are the factors I'm going to consider if I have to estimate this bottle, or if you want, I can give you the simple example, like maybe like instead of this bottle, this is better example. uh, why it is taking me on the security side? Okay. Okay, can you see this bracket and four screws?
No, I think we still see the same. You started with the raw material, purchase parts.
Okay, okay. So let me uh, share. This is the. It will take me couple of minutes to digest the Zoom now, because okay. Can you see now?
No, not yes, yeah, we can see that.
Okay, so it's not about Sarwat Bhai, like the other participants like Gohar or Mohammad Ahmed, or I believe uh, Maria. Like if you have to estimate, like if someone asks you that how you gonna estimate, or how you gonna cost this bracket with this screw, so what is in your mind, like if I have to ask you that what you gonna do, like there will be some factors like uh, that you calculate, if you have to calculate this bracket, what you gonna do?
Anybody, give a thoughts. Don't worry
Give
about
a
it.
thought. It's no,
Good or bad answer, right?
you don't need to be right, like
Yeah.
so. And if you are like afraid to speak about this, like, so in this case, any costing, if someone asks you to cost anything, there are two basic factor, or maybe three. One is the material, like you will be like, what is the material in this case? And then you will buy the material, and you will bend that material into your desired form, and then you pierce like these two holes. So one will be material, and the second, if I have to ask you, like if I have to apply some machining, so what you gonna estimate? Because not necessary that you will buy the material in this form. So you will have to apply some machining, and there will be some labor. So uh, one case, you will be like, how much material you are planning to use in this case. So let's say you find out the materials. So second thing, what you gonna do?
So basically, we're gonna look these 4 or 5 factors, right? So one factor is that the material, weight, dimensions, and process. And the process is going to be subdivided into the labor, cycle time, and all that stuff. So these are the basics.
So
We will start with that one.
yeah, so I just wanted to, like give them chance so that they can apply some thought that what are the factors. So there are a couple of factors in all cost estimation, that you will go with the material. So the material not necessarily you will find in this form. Sometimes, like these screws, you will find from the hardware. If you know the requirement, you will go to hardware, and you will find exactly what you need. But if you don't find what you are looking for, then what you're going to do, you will buy the material for the certain thickness, then you will give it to the like the machine shop. What they're going to do, they will take this flat material, and they will bend it in this way, and then they will apply two piercing, or two holes in it. And in that case, uh, if you buy from the hardware shop, you will just pay the price of this screw, like 4 cents or 5 cents, or 1 rupees or 2 rupees. In case of material, you will buy the material, that will be your cost, and then you will hand over to machine shop is like, oh, it will take us let's say 10 minutes to bend this bracket, it will take 5 minutes to apply this piercing, and then we'll have to apply coating, and maybe we'll have to uh, some like finding things, that maybe some edges are uh, some edges, if you, let's say, if you touch this bracket and some sharp edges are here, they will apply some उसको क्या कहते हैं?
Deber.
Deburr, yes. So so you will deburr those. So one thing is calculating material, and second thing is the shop person. They will put labor. They will have lathe machine or whatever machine to do those process. So he will charge for those steps. So the reason to show this picture, just to give you an idea that we have to calculate all of these steps. So now we normally have the costing tool, but those costing tool are based on these steps. Like in this case, if I have to go for the raw material, I will just look at again, I'll have to show you my Excel file. So any costing, you will have this factor. In case of, let me copy and paste so that I don't have to switch the screen.
Yeah, we can see the screen.
Uh, Actually, I want to cut and paste with the snip tool, and
Sure.
so that I can put both onto the same screen. Actually, this is not my job laptop. It is the home laptop. Always I use the job one, so I'll have to find it out, those snip tools. It is not
On
pasting.
this screen, just do Control F, Control V, you will get it. Just on this screen, just do Control V.
Control. I did
Control
that
V.
already.
Okay. Or
Maybe now. Okay, so this is in this case, we have two parts, one this bracket and one these screws. So what we call here, like if I have to transform this, can you see my Excel file, Excel screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we have basically three parts in all of these cases. The material we're gonna estimate. Second is the labor, and the labor, there are some additional portion. We will discuss it later, but just consider all of these three are labor portion. And then we have machine, and then we have setup cost, and there is a factor extra cost, and then total cost. So all of these factors we estimate, and that gives us our final output. So if we have this picture, in this case, these screws you can easily find from the hardware shop, so you are not going to manufacture those. You will just go and buy 5 cents each screw. So in this case, if you have how many screws? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in material you have two portion: purchase parts, which you can buy direct from the uh, dealer or the hardware shop or from any shop, the standard sizes. If the standard sizes are available, that is your best option. And we do not manufacture those. We just buy from them because that is the cheapest price you can get. They make those items in bulk, and because of the high volume, you can buy it cheaper. If you will make it yourself, the same 4 or 5 cents screw, maybe it will cost you 25 cents or 30 cents or maybe 50 cents, because you will make it in limited quantity. So if something is available in, like, let's say if you live in America, in Lowe's or Home Depot or any
Hardware store.
hardware, or even in Walmart, you will not manufacture those. So if I have to do this, I will count these 5 screws, and this is the simple thing. Like I will go to purchase parts. I will put into purchase part category this one. I will put a screw and quantity 5, and price each I will put 0.05. So subtotal will be, I will multiply this 0.05 with the quantity 5. So this 25 cents is my cost for those screws. Now, if I have to estimate this bracket, that is the critical part. So in this case, we have 2 options. Sometimes we get the design from the engineer, and they provide us bill of material. In bill of material, they will provide us the gross weight of this bracket, and uh, that is the input we receive. But let's say if we don't have input and we have this part, then we go and put this part on the scale, and whatever is the weight, we take that weight. But in this case, in this process, the weight, we will get the net weight. So during the manufacturing, not necessary that this bracket size will be the same size. There will be some extra, the blanking, if you familiar with the stamping process. It will take out some of the portion of this bracket to make it in this shape. So let's say if we wait, if engineer provides the gross weight, we take that one. If we don't have, then we will take the net weight. And net weight, let's say if it is the 10 gram, we will put 0.01 10 gram, and then we will apply about 50% scrap in that bracket. So our total weight will be this much, and then price we receive from the purchasing, and that is the given. Like, you don't have to do it, but if you will find it out, there will be some kind of grade is given, that if it is aluminum bracket, you will get that price from the internet. But that is not our job, being an estimator. But if it is not given, we go on internet and find it out. But it will be given to you. So let's say the price is $2 per a kilogram. So in this case, what you're gonna do, you will multiply this 2 with the bracket weight, and you will calculate the material of that bracket. But as I explained earlier, that this bracket, you drop this material, or you went to the machining shop, they will apply some labor and then some machine. So they will add some machine cost here, and I will not show you the all of the process. Just want to give you what we do. So let's say the labor is the minimum labor in US, like $15 per hour, as an example. So $15, and let's say it takes labor time, or the time to manufacture to that labor, maybe let's say 1 minute, or just for the just to make the calculation easy, it will not take that long, but I'm putting 1 hour. My labor is $15 per hour. So if I have to calculate the labor cost, you will multiply this labor rate with the time it took labor to make that bracket, $15. Now, forget about the fringes and indirect labor. I will explain you Right now, I'm just giving you a practical example, but then I will go and explain what are the raw materials, what are the purchase parts, what do we consider in direct labor, what are the fringes. Uh, as an example, I am giving you example of the fringes is like when we hire someone or if you are employed in the organization, they pay you a basic salary, but then top of that they add retirement, they give you the medical benefit, they give you vacations. So so one is your base salary, and then in addition you get some fringes benefit. So so there are some percentage, like you don't have to calculate that like this direct labor, $15 will be given to you. So fringes will be always percentages, but you should know that what are the factors in fringes. So that will be basically your medical benefit, your some holidays like the Labor Day, or in Pakistan is like let's say December 25, the birth of Qaid Azam. So those holidays they include in this fringes, medical, retirement, and all of those factors. Indirect labor, I will explain later. There are some supporting labor you need for the direct labor, but I will explain you in details. And then fringes, this fringes will apply to indirect labor. Then you have machine cost. So machine cost is that lathe machine. Let's say and how do you calculate the machine cost? I will explain that in, like, it will take me 2 or 3 days, that how do we calculate the machine cost. But just to give you an example, we normally find that what is the cost of this machine, how much electricity does it consume, how much space does it occupy. So all of those numbers, and then we take that of, okay, this machine will be used per day 16 hours, and in 1 year we will use 240 days, because there will be Saturday, Sunday, we will take that out, then some holidays we will take it out, and then based on that we will decide that this machine will be utilized. Let's say the investment cost, as an example, we get investment cost and the electricity cost and everything is 1 million, and the total number of hours we will divide this, that per year, if we have to 240 days, if I use, like, there are 365 days in a year, and I will take it out. We assume that Saturday and Sunday they will take off. So if you take it out, as an example, 365 days, then 104 days are weekends, then uh, the holidays like Labor Day, Memorial Day, or the Allama Iqbal Day, or Qaid Azam Day, or Eid, 3 days for the Eid. So on average, you will calculate, let's say 15 days. So what you're gonna do, you will take 365 total, take it out Saturday and Sunday, you will take it out the 15 days, you get 246 days. Now the 246 days, every day you will work for 10 hours, as an example. So this 2460, as an example, are your total hours you gonna work per year. So if you know the total machine cost, as an example, in this case 100,000, so if I have to calculate per hour, so my yearly cost is 100,000, as an example, I will divide with this 2460. So basically, it gives me $40 per hour, as an example. What was my cycle time for the labor? 1 hour. So the cycle time is basically how long does it take to make the part? Like how long we engage that machine to make that part. So earlier we said that is 1 hour. So in this case, it will be 1 hour, and then we will multiply this machine cost. So as an example, we will get $40. forget about the extra cost. If I have to calculate my total amount, that will be addition of all of this number. So my total amount is $55 for this bracket. Now, of course, it is much cheaper, but just to make things easy, I was using, like 1 hour. Of course, it will not take 1 hour. It will hardly take maybe 5 seconds to make that bracket. If we at the machine shop, it will take longer because they never made that one. But in the production, they will make the die, progressive die or transfer die, and this bracket will take them to build in this shape or manufacture in this shape. It will take hardly 5 seconds.
Oh,
So
yeah, and sometimes if you're using a stamping machine, stamping machines are very, very fast. They come and punch it. They come and punch it. There is already, 3,600 seconds, right, an hour. So what they do, even the punches is like only 1.5 seconds. And at this one punch, you are producing many. It depends upon the size of the component. I mean, you can make it 10 per, so imagine that how fast it can do it, and the cost will be reduced drastically. The Javed is presented, this one is a very simple example, so you can understand this thing. But normally, if you look any of the stamping machines are very, very fast. And at one time, you can produce many with the one punch. So those are the things are, if you considering, then the cost of labor, the cost to process this one is come out maybe a few pennies or less than a penny, or like that. So this the way it's calculated, but try to make it this one simple to use so you can understand that one. That's why Javed bring this very, very simple so we can start with that one. Maybe slowly and gradually, he can bring a little more complicated and more electronics components, and then we can see that how we can do the calculation for the electronics component. Similarly, like that. So, go ahead, Javed.
So basically, it looks, basically it is simple thing. If you know the process, any process, if you are familiar, some of being cost engineering side, some of our injection molding expert, some of them are stamping experts, some of them are casting expert, and in our activities, me and Sarwat bhai, we do electronic side. So on each technology, like if I am a stamping expert, I don't need to worry about the injection molding. If I'm injection molding expert, I don't need to worry about the other things. So all of this calculation, a lot of things you don't need to worry about, because uh, uh, in this case, like this bracket, there are 8 or 10 types of material. So when we receive bill of material from engineers, they provide us that, by the way, the grade of this material, they define the grade of the material, and the cost per kg is available. So it's not something that I will be scared that how I'm going to estimate the, or how I'm going to find the material rate. It will be given to you. You will look at the bill of material, you will find out the grade, and if it is raw material, you have to worry about the usage, like what is the weight, and the rate will be available. You will multiply these two and you will get the final number. In case of purchase parts, it is off the shelf, we call it, like which is available in store directly. You can go to store, and all you need to do, bill of material, the engineer will provide you. It will give you the quantity, and you will multiply the prices. And by the way, these prices will be available in your database. The company you will work for, they will have a database, and they will give you a price. Just in case if you don't have price, then you can go to internet, and you can find it out. And one important thing, you don't need to be accurate. We called this activity cost estimation. So estimate means what is your best guess. Now maybe you are like, how I'm going to find that the screw cost is 5 cents. Maybe in actual it is 4 cents, but you should know that when you put the 5 cents, you have to document your assumption, because during the negotiation they ask, how did you estimate 5 cents? So you will be like, oh, I went to this website and there the bulk price is this much, or it is in our database and purchasing they got this number based on certain volume. So all you have to define, they will not be like, oh, it doesn't make sense, or you did not estimate right, because this activity is estimate. So not necessary that you will find 100% accurate number. uh, they understand that it's all about the estimate, so you apply your best guess, but then there should be some supporting documents behind your guess. uh, then direct labor, it is also available by finance. Like as an example, in US right now, the direct labor cost, it can be anywhere between uh, $13 in Michigan. Like as an example, if you are in Karachi, or if you are in Lahore, or if you work at Village. Similarly, Michigan or California or the other states, every state it will have a different rate. But then you average that out, and your finance team, they will provide you that, by the way, when you do estimate this labor rate, you are going to use for 2026, then 2027 they will issue another labor rate based on the inflation and the market. So this will be also given. All you should know that machine time, that how long will it take to make that bracket. So once you will visit one or two supplier, or if you will watch internet videos on YouTube about the stamping, after a while you will get an idea by looking part that, oh, it should take 2 seconds or 3 seconds or 4 seconds. So this is the cycle time you have to put your guess based on your skills, knowledge, and based on your supplier visit. And any job will be given to you, they will offer you a couple of supplier visit, that how they build the part. So when we visit the supplier, we keep our phone with us, and we start the stopwatch, and uh, we calculate that how long it takes to manufacture that part. So let's say in this case, this is based on one worker. If I have to put number of worker, so sometimes one machine you have to put two workers. In that case, this time will be multiplied by 2. But in this case, I have assumed only one worker and 1 hour. Now, the machine cost, this $40, I roughly put it 100,000 cost, and calculated number of hours. This will be also given to you by your finance department. Whatever cycle time you considered for labor, same will be applied for the machine. This is the same number you will put here. This is the time for the machine as well. And again, it is based on your skills and knowledge. So you will estimate this one. So if I have to color that, this one you will get from finance, you don't need to put effort here. This one, uh, usage, you will get it from your engineer. And rest of these items, you will add this and calculate your number. So so this is the simple example. So me and Sarwat bhai are planning that now we will go to each, the item, like what is raw material, why we are calling it raw material. Then purchase parts, maybe 15-20 minutes I will put raw material in a day, and then remaining 30 minutes Sarwat bhai will define, as he was explaining to you about the electronic components definitions, and how you identify those components on those theory things. And practical side, I will go one by one. raw material, 15-20 minutes. I will explain in next session. Then if I will have time, then maybe purchase part. Then direct labor will not take that long, but then I will explain you that what are the factors included in fringes. Then what are the indirect labor? I will explain that which factors we call indirect labor, what are their support at the manufacturing shop, and then whatever fringes you will apply to direct labor, the same fringes you will apply here. This fringes will be in percentage, and you will get this from your finance department again. All of these numbers you will get from your finance department. All you have to do, you have to calculate uh, the machine time or the labor time, and how many labors on the line. And then setup cost, I will explain that what is the setup cost, and what is an extra cost, and that will give you a total cost. And then there are two total, I should say, manufacturing cost here. Then SG&A. This SG&A is also in percentage. You will get it from your finance department. And then profit. And if you will add your total cost will be your profit plus SG&A plus your manufacturing cost. So this is the number we pass it to our purchasing department. This SG&A will be calculated in percentage, and profit also in percentage. And these numbers will be given to you by your finance department as well. So it's not something you will have to do yourself, but you should know what is behind this SG&A. Basically, SG&A is sales, general, and administration. If you ask me what are included in this one, so the company president salary will be included, cost engineer salary, it will be included, purchasing, your sales department, and your headquarter cost, not the manufacturing floor, the headquarter, the laptop they give you, then if they invest us, that if we are visiting supplier, there will be some cost for the traveling. All of those factors they estimate here, and they put together those number like finance department, and they calculate a percentage, and they give it to you, that percentage. But you should know what factors are included in terms of for your knowledge purpose. Not like that, oh, president salary, you don't need to know the president's salary, you don't need to know your program manager salary. uh, all you have to know is like what are the factors are included in SG&A, and then how much company uh, like legally, how much profit they are claiming on this product, on this bracket. So legally, as an example, they will claim 5%, but not necessarily that they will claim that will be the actual number. 5% is their legal profit, but most likely they will, instead of $15 labor rate, maybe they will claim $18 labor rate. Instead of $30 machine cost, they will claim $40 machine cost. So whatever extra cost they will claim, they will make extra profit here. And that is the cost engineer job, to find it out that, hey, the labor market says $15, why are you putting $18 or $20? So not necessarily that they will accept your challenge $15, but if they are putting $20, they will come back to, okay, we are charging $16 or $17 because you did not consider ABCD factors or EFG factors, and we realize that some factors we miss. So we will not let them to charge $20 per hour, but we will make somewhere $16 or $17. So these are the activities on daily basis we do. So so I was speaking too much since last 45 minutes. So give me your input that and someone
Yes.
raised the hand as well.
Yeah, ask as many as question. I mean, you are asking more question, that means you are learning, right? Even you feel that, oh, this question looks, there are so many people in there, it's a silly question, but don't worry about it. We know that you just started this one, right? So you can ask any question and we can tell you, these are, no question is a question, but when you asking a question, it help us, to where to how much you are learning, where are you going, and all that stuff. So feel free to ask questions. One thing, little clarify on this one, that direct labor is the one, in a layman terms, right? I'm explaining very simple way. The one who's touching the product is direct labor, and the person who's not touching the product, when he is making, the engineers, making a drafting, or any office staff and everything, all these are considered as indirect labor. Very simple. Keep it separate between direct and indirect labor. And Javed explained already, but let me explain a little bit more. uh, the thing which you are making here looks, oh my God, this is, all these job in every company has been defined, right? Your job is just to the estimate for that one. All this information will be provided, either design and release DNR, design and release engineers. They are there to do the product. They're gonna provide it all the specs, all the dimensions, material, quantity, all this thing will be provided, that one. The number of product you are building, this will be providing by the purchasing. So all this information come to your job is very specifically, right? Very specific. You don't have to worry about other things, that how much is the percentage of this indirect labor, what is the percentage of direct labor. um, all this thing is, the company will provide it. So you don't have to worry about, other thing. Looks like you, oh yeah, I have to do all of these things. When you come to the point, your expertise are just to do the cost, when everything is provided to you. Your job is to do the calculate. Your job is to do the cycle time. Your job is that to look at the cost for that one. What are the numbers, what are the process costs, all this information. Normally each and every company here in America, and I'm sure in Pakistan too, they have a software available. You just plug in those numbers, and then automatically calculation will come. I mean, you can develop your own Excel sheet, no question about it. High level information we can give it to you. So if you're going any company which is a very small company, and they say, oh, we don't have any information, you have to do it. I mean, everything, normally it's not happen. The cost estimator, normally smaller company don't keep it. I mean, cost estimator, normally bigger companies are keeping the cost estimator for those all different fields, like as he explained, the stamping, die cast, injection molding plastic parts. Die casts are little bit thicker. Those components are doing by, with the aluminum parts. For the copper and some steel, and it depends upon where the die cast you're going to use, because die cast is more expensive than stamping. We will give you high level information about those one too. I'm not expert about the stamping. I never work on that one, right? But if somebody give me all the information is in there, and you just have to plug in the numbers, and then you calculate all those numbers, right? Similarly, the electronics and power electronics, which we're going to talk about more in the future, we will give you that how you're going to calculate. But most likely the companies are provided you, all the smaller components information. Only thing you have to calculate are the one which are the expensive components like ICs and all that stuff and everything. But normally company will provide it to you, all the passive component like capacitor, resistors. If though you don't have it, we can give you high level components information to you if you are going a company which is like from the scratch or something, and they say, okay, you are responsible for everything. So we will provide you after the job, whenever you need any help. Oh, Sarwat bhai, I need 1 hour. Can you do the estimate for, can you help me regarding that? I can help you. And then you can present where the help is required. Me and Javed can provide you all the information. So these are the basic on that one. So I
So,
engage
Sarwat
with
bhai,
any
if I
questions.
have to ask in each individual based on this explanation, just like 30 seconds on 1 minute input, that what did they get? Like, what is their understanding? Uh, does it look them interesting, or if they have something in their mind that maybe like as you explain and as I explain, that all of these numbers you don't need to worry about. But being like uh, being as an example, even I am a student of cost engineering. I am working for 20 years, so there is always learning opportunity. So being a student, what is your input? Like, does it look interesting? Which part do you think that it will be difficult to, you're gonna get some challenge, or it will be difficult for you? So we can, discuss on that part, that if there is so each of you, like, give a 30 seconds or 1 minute input about this.
Go, Kashyap bhai.
Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, so thank you, Javed and Sarwat. It's a pretty good detailed information. So, as an engineer, I was working on the design engineer for many years, and I work on a Japanese side. So these costing model engineers should do by themselves, estimate. So when we design the part, we have the knowledge of this one, what Surti Bhai explained, David Bhai told you. So regardless if you're in mechanical engineering or designing the part, if you have this knowledge, you will be a better engineer because you will consider what what will be the cost of this one. Can I have a cheaper option or best option on the profit side? Which profit I can make it more, then it will become you more stronger in your team, and then you can escalate to the next level and keep going, continue because you develop the skill. This is a very important skill for you guys to understand. Um, there is two different things that I want to explain a little bit. This is the estimate for the for the cost of the part. But when you quote this one to the supplier, there will be a lot of things need to be added. Like as Surti Bhai explained, SGA normally runs between 6 to 8%. Profit normally runs between 15% to 20%. Total should be around 25%. That's a general thumb rule. And then you take a look of the volume. If the volume is more than $250,000, then you reduce your SGA and profit because your profit is keep growing for higher volume and for long, multiply by how many years? 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20
So
years. More you get this involved, then the quotation will be more different. But this is purely the costing point of view, like Javed Bhai explained to you guys. So keep in mind this is very important. The only thing I want you to consider also the scrap. When you do the manufacturing cost, please add the scrap. Normally, scrap for each operation will be added. Example, when he showed the L bracket with the screw, when there is three basic process. You do the first punching to make the shape to cut into this straight portion. Then you have a scrap 1% over there. Then you have a bending operation. Sometimes it combined together, cut and bend together. Then you can consider one scrap. Then you do the punch hole. Sometimes all three operation in one. Then you put 1 to 3% scrap in your cost for manufacturing in order to develop this costing for for your product. So this is very good tool that you guys are learning. Trust me, it will make you more strong engineer. Kind of like a, वनडे प्लेयर में क्या होता है, वनडे प्लेयर में ये होता है ना कि जो ऑलराउंडर होता है वो गेम फिनिशर होता है. So you will become all rounder of your engineering discipline, and that you will grow and your opportunity will increase.
So,
So, Shruti bhai, thank you very much. And question for the kids is, we should assign them one topic, household item for next class. They should develop this cost breakdown and show you each person. The next class, we should not explain the lecture. We should ask them to break down and manufacture this cost sheet. Example, we can take the estimate the cost of the glass, or estimate the cost of the pressure cooker, whatever available at home, and research it, the materials, the component cost, breakdown, put together sheet and show you, give it a small example, and then we can go from there. So they can start not only learning, but also really developing the costing product. Once you give them challenge, inshallah, they will learn it and they will use their brain to manufacture this sheet. That's all.
so,
Thank you, guys.
so Kashif bhai, this is like very, very high level. I
Yeah.
don't want to deep dive because it will,
Yeah. Step by step.
so this extra cost and this is scrap cost, and as you mentioned about the volume, there will be development
Right.
cost or
It
tooling.
come will after that. Yes,
Yeah,
I
I don't
agree.
want to,
Yeah.
I just want to go very, very basic. And
Very basic. Yes.
as you explain the household item, you can consider your, if you are using glasses, prescription glasses, you can even consider that your chair or simple part. You can pick the simple part, and you don't need to define the process exactly, that you'll be like, oh, the if I have to use injection molding and if I will use the stamping, you don't need to define that. You just put the process 1, process 2, process 3, that there will be some kind of machining or some kind of forming, and that will take this much. So if you will put together this number, this is basically uh, your daily, if you will apply this thought in your daily life, then you will realize that how you get to the final number. So, and again, there are a lot of factors. Just quickly, I will wrap in 1 or 2 minutes, that the, like each factor, like the material as an example. So raw material, when I will explain in 10-15 minutes, we will take the example of some of the components, like one injection molding. Injection molding, basically we call it the plastic components. You see it like your cell phone cover. Most of your cell phone covers are I do like you see the hard plastic. So that is injection molded. So things like that. So in this case, like you will see the raw material. We will consider in one session, 15 minutes, what are the raw material? What are the purchase part? How do we consider the direct labor? How do we consider their benefits, their indirect support? So each factors, like all of these are 17 or 18 factors. We will take 15-20 minutes, and then once you will get 15-20 minutes on raw material, then you will realize that what is the raw material. Basically, wherever you will see raw material, there will be some machining portion. In purchase part, you will not see the machining portion, because you buy in 5 cents, their raw material and machining is included, and since it is available in store, you don't need to estimate raw material, or things like that. So we will go one by one each, the item. But I can, like send some of the, I can apply some thought and give you one example to each of you, or you can pick your own example and give us just rough number. You don't need to like all of this $55. If I will share this price with my management, $55 for this bracket, they will kick me out from the company, because it will cost only hardly, like altogether 20 or 25 cents, 5 screws and this bracket. But this is just for the calculation purpose and explanation purpose. It shows $55. So bring, estimate whatever you can. The thought is like, what did you learn?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I think let's do that for the interest of all the attendees. I mean, let's consider uh, um, cell phone cover. And
Yeah,
the cell
that's good.
phone cover is about, I can give you the high level one, about 15 gram, approximately 15 gram, and it is made by plastic. So
Hmm.
very, very basic. You can calculate the size and dimensions and all that stuff, everything. You can do it by yourself. Just a very simple 15 gram. It's a black and it is made by plastic. So can everybody from the team bring it next session that model.
Sarwat bhai, I will create a question the proper
Yeah,
way.
sure.
I will put some input,
Basic.
and all they have to do, they have to put together numbers.
Oh,
Right,
good
right.
idea.
Okay, that's good. One thing for the participant, like Saurabh said, you got to do the costing for the cell phone cover. If I was you, I will go to the YouTube and I'll find the process for the cell phone cover. There's a lot of information
Good idea.
available.
Good
Okay,
idea. Good idea.
must check the process before you start anything. First, you need to understand. Second, you have at home a lot of cell phone cover. Open it. Take a look. Where is the blanking? Where is the cut? Where is the finish? Then third is it will be a plastic. Find the resources from the internet. What material we use for the cell phone cover for plastic? What is the
Right.
average cost per pound or per gram? Then you can plug in those numbers. I give you the example. The PP is almost like here is um, $2 pound.
Yeah, about
You
two
can
and a
say
half dollar PP,
yeah,
PPP.
2.3, 2.4. If you go to the cheaper version, recycle with the 30%, then it will be a little bit cheaper. So, but it lose the properties of certain. Do you and also need to consider which market you're going to launch it. If you're going to launch the cell phone cover in Argentina, the customer is not so educated. So their quality level is a little bit down. So you're going to need to have a cheaper product. So it means you can compromise your 30% recycled material. But if you're launching this one into England or America, the people already know higher quality, so they can pay and afford it for the higher quality. So you'd have to have both brands. So need to consider everything. So this is a very good example, like Saurabh said. We want you to do the practical learning, not like a college or a university. We teach you, you go away for after 15 days, everything forgot. No, we assign this one class that we teach, and then we give the assignment. You guys bring it, and then we can check it and have a discussion. Then it will grow you. After 3 4 models, you will be very good on this kind of stuff to doing by yourself. That's all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Kashifbhai. Very, very good. So, any questions?
I want them to speak something.
कुछ भी कह दो भाई, आज इंडिया ने न्यूजीलैंड को हरा दिया. Say something, don't be shy.
Then we start gonna pick every one by one. We're gonna go around the table if you guys don't talk. Okay, Gohar, your first turn. Go ahead. Gohar.
Oh, no, I understand everything here.
So, do you think it's a doable that you will come up with something? Cell phone cover cost.
Yeah.
That's good. How about the next one? Who's the next one? Maria.
Maria beta, don't be shy. Ask any question.
We're not Pakistani teacher. We're not gonna penalize anyone. We will encourage if you ask, even if it's wrong. It doesn't matter.
कुछ भी, at least speak something.
मैं बोलता हूँ कुछ मैं
बोलो बोलो.
ये
कुछ भी बोलो. आज अम्मी ने बहुत डांटा. कुछ भी ऐसे भी कुछ भी बोल दो.
मैं ये पूछ रहा था तुम लोगों से भाई, माशाल्लाह से बहुत अच्छा अभी मैं सुन रहा था पूरा.
अच्छा आप है यार सुल भाई बोल जाए.
Thank you, Sohail.
सुल भाई थैंक यू यार. ये हमारे बिग बॉस है भाई, हम इनसे डरते हैं.
नहीं नहीं, इसमें यहाँ पे मैं देखा था कि दो थे, और उसके बाद बीच में मैंने कुछ लोगों को और इनवाइट किया था। तो मैं ये पूछने जा रहा था कि इसमें किसको इनवाइट करते हैं आप लोग, इस वाले सेशन के लिए किन किन लोगों को इनवाइट करते हैं?
अभी तो जो ग्रुप हमने बनाया था ना इलेक्ट्रिकल वालों का, उनका किया था। लेकिन ये तो ऐसा जनरल है कि आप मैकेनिकल ले लें, इलेक्ट्रिकल ले लें, कंप्यूटर साइंस, कोई भी बच्चा पढ़ा लिखा है वो ही शुड लर्न दिस स्किल।
हाँ, मैं वही कह रहा था ना कि अगर इसको अगर आप थोड़ा सा हम एडवर्टाइज करते हैं ना, तो ये कॉस्टिंग जो है उसके अंदर बहुत से लोग जब उनको पता चलता है कि क्या सिखाया जा रहा है। तो खैर आज मैंने ये रिकॉर्डिंग कर दी है, तो मैं इसको, एक मिनट रुकें पहले, तो मैं इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग को जरा पॉज कर दूं।